And we are live. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. So a warm welcome, and we really appreciate you looking forward for our weekly webinars, or we call it Zipinars. So we call it Zipinar as we try to zip in two topics. So two different topics from two different guest speakers that we have, and we try to zip in one session. So that is to lessen the time consumed in acquiring knowledge, but you're getting more information in just one session. So my name is Phil, and I am the host of Let Us Talk It Zipinar. And this initiative is made possible by Cogent Integrated Business Solutions, which is an IT company based in Detroit, Michigan. And they wanted to give back to the community, and they thought of giving or sharing knowledge for free, as knowledge should be free. And for those individuals and professionals who would benefit from this uh, Zipinars that we do, you can join us live on Zoom or watch us on YouTube Live, or you can watch the recorded video later on. All right. So to start off, we have today the first topic is sustainable technology in waste management. So the topic is about how sustainable technology is revolutionizing waste management practices globally. It's not just about reducing waste, it's about transforming our approach entirely. And this topic will be delivered by the founder and the CEO of Reneonix, which has a driving force in sustainable technology, and they are committed, especially the founder, into reshaping industries through innovative solutions in waste management with a keen focus on IoT, material science, and clean tech. And our speaker have been leading Reneonix in pioneering transformative and eco-conscious tech initiatives. And none other than that we have today, we have Ewan, Richard, to deliver us the topic. And without further ado, you can take over, sir. And yeah, you can put on
Yeah,
short introductions for yourself as well. Go ahead.
perfect. That's wonderful. Hey, thanks, Bo, and hey, thanks everybody for joining us in this quick live session. Yeah, it's really a great opportunity for us to voice out what we do as the community as well, and trying to bring the clean tech as well as the waste management ecosystem into the limelight the world needs. And thank you for giving us the spotlight to present ourselves and our, you know, vision to the world and to everybody who's joining and will be seeing us off the live services as well. Great. I think let me start with the pitch. So let me share the screen, and I think let me quickly share that as well. Great. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So yeah, the topic that I'm going to be presenting about is going to be the use of sustainable technology in waste management. So we're going to see the detailed navigation of challenging and the opportunities that we are trying to unlock in particularly the waste management using technology. So that's the main agenda that we have for today. So let me move on to the next thing. So basically, what we see the future of waste management. So when I say the future of waste management, waste management is something is not new to the world, and everybody are trying to solve the problem from the creation of human waste was a byproduct by human. So it was always there. Generations were producing a lot of consumables, and waste was certainly the byproduct. But how we navigated, how we try to formulate those waste into better eco-friendly solutions is the main topic, and that's something that we as a company try to solve as well. And the overview of what we are trying to do is basically we are trying to use technology in waste management. When I say technology, especially, we are trying to bring IoT and material science in completely shaping the landscape, I would say. Usually, IoT plays a major role in waste management, and material science is something new to the space, and It's two different studies altogether, and we're trying to combine that together to complete the circle of what we're trying to do. So that's the main idea about who we are. And the agenda today that I wanted to present is just going to be a couple of topics that I wanted to run around. Is going to be the introduction and the role of IoT in waste management, and the innovation of material science, the challenges that we foresee in this horizon, and the opportunities that we transfer, and the case study of how Beyond glass recycling is working with innovation. And we're going to conclude with questions that we have in me. So this is the agenda that we have for today. Okay, so introduction of sustainable technology. So, as a founder, yes, I am really excited, to get this thing voiced out, because there are a lot of people who've been trying to, voice out waste management, CO2 emissions being targeted down, climate fix, and all these terminologies. Circular economy is not new to the world, but it's been booming, and a lot of people are trying to create a better impact for the system. And we as a company, we are happy that we are on that zone, and we're trying to do not just make money for ourselves, but we're trying to create an impact. And through that impact, we are able to change a lot of vision of people. At the same time, we're trying to build a better ecosystem for the world as well. So that is something that we really like to pride upon. And that's how we wanted to bring the technology into this sustainability concept itself. So, how we try to reduce waste, and how we're trying to, transform each and everything, how technology can play a major part into it, is the most intriguing and interesting concept that we have in mind. So when we talk about IIT, especially IoT and material science, so these are two different topics come together in how reformation can be done. Especially IoT is already used in tracking data of waste, which has been collected by trucks and brought from one facility to another facility. Uh, they have a very detailed data of how the products have been collected, how they've been captivated into products. So we have all that thing which is already in place. But the most important thing about combining this becomes the most important thing, and that's what we as a company are trying to achieve, introducing technology into waste management, especially into the sustainability space, is what I would refer. And talking precisely about what IoT does. So, like I previously mentioned, IoT is not something new to waste management. We've been seeing a lot of IoT sectors being taking a major change in the management sector, especially from the details of sensors, the data tracking modules, the truck management, the waste collection centers. Everybody are pioneering IoT, and they're trying to take leveraging of the technological advancement into it, and the implementation has been really great. And worldwide, I see a lot of companies trying to completely resonate with the idea, and they're trying to be really precise on this change that they're trying to do. So that is something great, and we also wanted to bring that in a much greater aspect, especially when I say what difference that we do with IoT is the technology which is more usable, especially how we would be able to build products that can be achieved with existing technology. So sometimes creation of IoT can be complicated. But majorly as a company, what we focus is to build technology that can be easily adopted to existing machineries as well. So there might be an old technology that people have been using a lot, just the convenience of making your machinery smart. So they might be having a very primitive method of recycling the waste or existing technology that they've been using, and using the role of IoT, we wanted to make these existing machines smart as well. So that's the first level of implementation that we wanted to do. So, which we thought that can actually make a big change in the role of bringing IoT to waste. So IoT is not new. So I really don't want to pick a lot in IoT, and I wanted to move the other interesting topics that we really want to talk about. So I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what we are trying to do. And material science, yes, this is the most interesting part that I've been really building my company upon, as well as my team upon. So this was the most interesting thing. Like I was saying, science is something that was always fascinating me to understand. It was different, and the curiosity was something more for me to know how it can, innovate, bring something new into life. So as a company, we really take the inspiration from the healthcare division, because that's where the advancement of technology has been always been the maximum. So the development of it, the installation of technology, and the usage has been quite high. So what if we try to understand the implementation of that level of a technology into waste management, because waste again is directly or indirectly affecting human health. So it is trying to cause a lot of challenges that people are getting affected to it. And what if we bring the solution into waste management was the interesting idea that we had, and the impression, the innovation was built upon it. So similarly, material science. The reason why we look to material science is to understand each materials that we work with, because every material has its own composition and own way of how the product has been made. When we try to recycle, there are mostly a lot of materials which can be recycled in conventional method, but there are a lot of challenges. One is the cost per recycle. The second thing, how these products can be repurposed into eco-friendly, usable materials. So that's where we precisely work on this particular technology, and how we would be able to captivate and use this into a better performing platform, or using this particular science into making the products more usable and more efficient, in turning waste into more eco-friendly renewable products. And when we talk about the challenges that we see, especially in waste management, it's always the cost and the infrastructure that we're trying to build to manage waste is really been the biggest challenge that we saw. Um, Let it be any part of the world, the waste is just going to be paper, plastic, glass, metal, aluminum, and all these things are just going to be pretty much the same. But the thing is, how we really try to change the landscape on convincing the customers to do the waste management rightly, or do the segregation in the right way, the collection right way. The government entities who try to handle waste needs a lot of support, and this support becomes more expensive. And that become another big challenge for us as well, because when we wanted to build a company upon technology, and when we try to solve the problem, we had this cost efficiency being the big question mark. And so far we've been so confidently and taking that as a big challenge, we are trying to solve that. So our core idea is completely into building technology that is more affordable and more scalable as well. So this particular concept is where we are trying to build a platform as well. So if you look into the overall waste management sector, definitely your challenges are going to lie mostly upon how your technology is going to be scalable, and how much of cost would be intervened in developing that into the further infrastructure that we are really planning about. And the opportunities to transformation. When we talk about how we are actually transforming using technology, so that has been tremendously implementing a lot of advancement that the waste management sector has never seen. So, when we try to bring technology to waste management, we actually try to solve the biggest problem of human resource. Days are gone when humans were completely slaved down to the ground, where they were directly involved in waste management problems. And especially if you look in the Indian ecosystem, there are separate communities to deal with waste, and they've been suppressed for a very long time. And the next generation people are educated, so their own children are studied well. They're trying to become doctors, they're trying to become engineers, and now the community is losing the resource to handle the waste, and that's a good thing. So people should evolve and people should grow, and I'm happy that they are getting the opportunity. But who is going to do the sorting and managing the waste? That's where technology has to play a big role in it. So we have to completely rely on technologies where humans can be replaced. And moreover, humans should not be involved is the big question mark that we had in mind. So bringing robotics or bringing advanced technologies like AI and IoT and material science is really, really the next biggest opportunity that we see in waste management, because people are going to slowly get depleted. The human resource is going to move out of the system, and we need technologies. And there are a lot of challenges as well, because these waste are directly affecting the human life. When people get interacted with the waste, they try to get a lot of infections, diseases. sometimes certain level of toxic waste can also kill human beings. So which technology and machinery can easily take over and build a better platform for what we're trying to do. And the scalability is also going to be the biggest advantage for us. So using technology is the biggest opportunity that we foresee, and that's one of the reasons that we can really rely upon technology as well. And yes, the case study of how glass recycling worked for us. So when we really wanted to build a company, we thought about different ways. So we were going through different products and understanding how the waste management landscape works. So plastic being the most used product in the world, and everybody's talking about plastic recycling, and they wanted to touch upon aluminum, the other byproducts of plastics and rubber, and especially e-waste recycling. Everything has been taken a big spectrum. But when we saw the usage of glass, glass has a very profound history which dates back to more than 4,000 years ago. And this is not something that is just out of its existence. It's been merely sustaining for a really long time. And but when we go back tracing the element, we found there's a huge gap in the system itself. So we wanted to know how we would be able to solve this puzzle. And to our surprise, the technology that was being used in glass is still a little bit primitive. And even in the global environment where we're seeing glass recycling, we don't see huge advancement because this has been a closed door sector for majority of the people to build the system or start a glass manufacturing company. So unlike like other products, glass was always a closed door environment. So a lot of people lack the awareness about how glass works, how the glass manufacturing works, and it was always in a closed room, so people didn't have much of visibility. So I think that was one of the major reasons why glass recycling had a lot of challenges and it didn't have a better landscape to uh, see the growth that it required. So we thought that's a very interesting point to start with, and glass is something that everybody would be able to resonate and ideate as well. Because in a day, at least once or twice, we definitely would come across a glass-based material that we use on our daily life. And how these products are been properly consumed and how they have been recycled is the biggest question. And that really took us an inspiration to solve the biggest problem in the glass cycle, not just in India. And when we try to connect with a lot of stakeholders outside the country as well, where we were looking to see how glass recycling works and where the challenges. We were pretty surprised to see the disconnects that the system had, especially the implementation of technology. That was one of the reasons which again dates us back to making our own technology of own smart machines and building the ecosystem and the community by itself. So these things were the biggest problem, especially we saw in glass, and that really inspired us to take this as a niche area to work and give us a big platform and recognition for what we're trying to do. Because for every ton of glass we recycle, we are able to save around 1.2 tons of raw materials. So these raw materials are directly consumables from your natural environment, like your river sand, your peat sand. So these sands are solely depleted for the manufacturing purposes. And a lot of CO2 emissions are happening behind it, the transportation, the illegal minings that happens in this division. So it's all pretty huge and it's been really depleting the natural ecosystem as well. So we are trying to solve that by making big awareness about how glass can make difference into their manufacturing system as well as the ecosystem that we are trying to do. So that's why we have completely relied upon glass and we're trying to solve the glass-based problem the world is been facing. So yeah, so this is something we really got in mind recently and we really like this concept of Maya. So Maya was very interesting for us to, relate to us, being most advanced at achievable is the abbreviation for Maya. So everybody wants technology to be advanced. It's something that people see to be a futuristic solution, uh, a great carrier for solving big problems. But is it achievable? Is the big question now. So sometimes innovations through labs and R&D centers can be very interesting, and it can be so robust that it can solve a lot of problems that humankind has always seen about. But the biggest problem in all of them was, is it scalable? It is commercially viable. Are they something which can be brought out of the lab to a common consumer in developing the ecosystem? So that is where we really like this particular terminology, and we say that we should definitely implement it within the organization to make sure that we stick to this agenda of believing in Maya. So most of our solutions are going to be very advanced, but we make sure that is achievable and definitely scalable, where commercialization takes a major advantage into the system. So that's something that we've been working on, and we've been happy about the journey so far, and we still have a lot more to take through in this industry, especially in waste management using technology. So I think that's something that I've covered about mostly that I wanted to share in terms of technology. And including, I wanted to say this particular sentence that was always in my mind is that technology is definitely a luxury, and it's not a it is more, it's not a luxury, I would say. It's a necessity. People often think that bringing technology is going to take a lot of money and a lot of investments, and it's kind of taking down a lot. But we solely believe that bringing technology into waste management is going to solve a lot of problems. That's going to be the future, which is going to help us in managing the efficiency and bringing the quality, at the same time building a better place for the ecosystem and for the next generation. So we want to be the pioneers in what we are trying to do in our small place, small town, maybe in the country, and slowly we wanted to take this concept to the global people, and we wanted to educate and impress as much of people so that everybody can see an opportunity of what technology has in waste management. And we want more companies to evolve in this fashion and take it as an opportunity. So I think that's about from my end, and I would like to include if there is any questions that I would be more than happy to answer. But it was really an interesting opportunity for Queenie on to be present here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Richard. So that was really too much information for me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I get
it's
it. I get
yeah,
that.
it's a lot to digest, but definitely it's worth listening. And
True,
that like the recycling is actually necessary, and
true, true.
everything send is also in connection to the timely technologies that we have right now. So firstly,
Right.
I'd like to welcome our attendees right now. Thank you so much for joining. We'd encourage for you to share your opinion or insights, or if you have questions to for the topic towards our speaker. You can put it on chat. I can read it for you, or you can open your mic. Just raise your hand so we can acknowledge one by one. Okay, anyone from the attendees? Okay, if none, we have also people watching on YouTube. There is no question so far. So we'll move to promoting your business. So in case any collaborators will be able to watch this recorded session,
Hmm.
like yeah, anything you'd like to promote or any like let's say seminars, something like that that would happen in the future in relation to your company.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead,
Yeah,
please.
absolutely. Anything related to technology that is required in affecting their existing waste management system, or if they seen that this level of a technology would be interested to solve their community problem or any part of the world, we'd be happy to find with them, and we'd be able to bring our technology as well to their doorsteps and building their community. And because in the end, it's one planet is where we are trying to solve the problem. So we would be happy to be a player part. So if any requests that they would like to put it across to us, and if they wanted to work, especially in the R&D side of how waste can be perfected into something better, yes, they could definitely reach out to our website, and they would have a contact where they would be able to reach us out.
All right, wonderful. So there you go. So that's for sustainable technology in waste management. So thank you so much, Richard, for that. So
Thank
yes,
you.
to reiterate, anyone would like to collaborate or have a like one-on-one talk with Richard, you can just send him a message maybe on LinkedIn. So you can just search his name. Uh, I1 Richard. So IWAN and then Richard as what you see on screen. All right. So we can move on to the next topic for today. Again, thank you so much, Richard. Appreciate that one. And the next topic that we have today is second life to fashion waste. So this is exploring innovative ways to give discarded fashion items a second life and reduce the environmental and impact of fashion waste. So, also another interesting topic that will be shared to us by the co-founder of Fabrila. So, over the past 5 years, he have delved into the world of fashion, retail, and D2C business, fueled by a genuine passion for the industry. However, his journey took a turn when he realized the significant environmental impact of those practices and motivated to make a change and co-founded Fabrila with Shanmugava Duvel, a fashion sustainability focused company. So, well, more of this about Fabrila will be discussed by our dear speaker today, and we'll be sharing a little of its business works and ethics. And yes, we are excited to hear about this topic. And without further ado, we have here Akash to deliver the topic Second Life to Fashion Waste. Please take over.
Thank you so much, Phil. This means a lot, and it's a wonderful opportunity that you have given us. And to talk about fashion or the sustainability, it's in the need of the hour, and I thought this would be the right platform for it. So you are doing a tremendous job, like involving a lot of guests and making them speak about a lot of stuff. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and let me share my screen. Yes, is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see your slide.
Okay, perfect. So I'm here to talk about the fashion waste that is being generated in the whole globe, not just India. It's across the globe. It's a very big issue that has to be sorted out very soon, or else we'll have a lot of impact just because of these waste. I see a lot of companies that are talking about sustainability in each and every domain. For example, it can be e-waste. 11 o'clock. Sorry, e-waste or the glass waste, or it can be the plastic waste mainly. So since we were into the fashion domain, we were consuming a lot of clothes. So I was basically a fashion freak. I used to purchase a lot. So one particular moment I realized like my wardrobe was overflowing, where I was not able to store the new fabric or the new garments that I purchased. So that was the moment when I started thinking like we definitely have to have something sorted here, because it was all started from my room, and I started thinking it in a global level. Is there any particular solution to go completely minimalistic? So that was the root cause of the complete idea. Then I got into a platform where we used to network with a lot of people. So that is when I uh, got to meet a like-minded person. So we brainstormed a lot, and we spoke a lot of things about sustainability. So our ideas were like equally matched, and we started Fabrula. So it is giving the second life to the clothing waste. So this is the main problem everywhere across the globe. I can show you the numbers, like close to 8,000 kilotons of textile waste is just getting accumulated in India. It's very huge thing. So imagine the amount of waste that's generated by each and every country, each and every continent. It's like unimaginable. This is the main problem that has to be sorted by many companies or many startup founders. Not just one single area. They have to concentrate on a lot of areas where these fashion waste gets sourced from. These fabric waste can be from spinning mills or the garments or the factories or power looms or households, or it can be a variety of places where these waste get generated. So all these things are to be like reverse engineered, and they are to be stopped getting dumped across places, or we end up in the dumping yard and we burn it. Actually, that's what happening in many countries, like in India. We do a lot of burning activities, so which is absolutely creating a mess across the atmosphere. So that has to be sorted, is the main issue I wanted to discuss here. The solution that we are planning to give here is convert these fabric waste into beautiful, sustainable products that we use in our day-to-day life. So that is our main motto. We have a particular technique called a ruler technique, where we I quickly go through the process that we do. So we collect and segregate the products, and then we clean and wash them. We have a particular technique called shredding of those fabrics, and add some natural additives. So we mix them and we mold it, and we make it into beautiful products. I'll tell you more about the products that we are planning to do. And the market opportunity for the sustainable market is like extremely tremendous, and it is growing exponentially very fast. It's close to $10 billion by 2025, is a very big number. And that too, the fast fashion has come into the globe. We are consuming a lot of fashion, and at the same time we are uh, dumping a lot of fashion. For example, a person from US consumes close to 64 to 65 numbers of garments every single year, which is a huge, hell a lot of number if we combine the whole US together. So just imagine the same numbers goes with India or other big countries. We want to sort these issues into beautiful products that we can use it in our daily life, which can be bricks, the plywoods, the insulation panels, the furnitures, some kind of small mini gadgets, or even souvenirs we are concentrating on. All these products are completely eco-friendly. Like we don't put them into dumping, or it's completely upcycled with natural additives, and we do not add any harmful chemicals or dyes or other plastic stuff into it to create this wonderful product. So this is just a sample of the blog that we recently did. So from the fashion waste, as I earlier explained to you about the ruler technique, we converted to these brick prototype, and this can be used in many cases, as I explained earlier. This can be for insulation panels, or this can be acting as aesthetic walls or interior walls, you know. Here, absolutely, as we can all see, we save a lot of money. We save and reduce the plastic usage. And we save the wood usage in case of furnitures. If we do, we save a lot of water. You cannot imagine the amount of water that we can save, and the tons of chemicals are also saved when we are upcycling something used earlier and giving a second life. Is we are saving all these stuffs. So the total traction that this particular area can bring is very huge. And we see a lot of companies from abroad getting deep into these stuffs. Like furniture market is booming, and where we can even have a minute change of 2% or 3% that can really leave a huge impact. So that is what we are trying to create, the reduction of carbon emissions, or completely focusing on the circular economy. The corporate social responsibility for every company and every single person is also increasing. So we wanted to contribute something to the society in such a case. So here I wanted to quickly go through the complete process that I've explained earlier. It was all started by our founder, Shanmuga Vadivel, and I later joined him on this wonderful journey. We wanted to leave an impact definitely before 2025 and 26. We wanted to make this a huge, responsible initiative by us, and we wanted to build a community around us. So those who are into fashion and a related domain, we wanted to collaborate with them, and we wanted to make them feel responsible to create a wonderful and happy living world. So thank you so much for this opportunity, Phil. So that's all from my side, and I'm open to questions. And over to you, Phil.
All right. Thank you so much, Akash. So you made
Yes,
it very quick. So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that only took you roughly 10 minutes to complete. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
definitely.
Yes,
It was full pack information about
correct,
so I've learned a new word. It's upcycling. It's not
correct,
recycling those
correct,
waste. Thank you so
correct.
much for that. And we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the CEO as well of Cogent, the company behind Let Us Talk It. We have Sir Srini Thanta with us right now, and just mentioned to the Fabrula, which is a excellent initiative. So,
Yes.
do you
Thank you
have
so
any
much.
words, Sir Srini?
Yeah, so thank you, both speakers, for your amazing delivery of the much needed content for a sustainability.
Welcome.
So, the fashion waste, that's another very interesting topic, actually.
Yes.
Got some inquiries on that already.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Great to know
how
that.
can, yeah, I live in Detroit, Michigan. And how can people from USA be involved or be part of this or help such an initiatives?
Yes, sir. We are currently working on it inside India for now, and for people from USA, definitely they can contribute in many different ways. Is what we are exploring for now. Like there is a lot of the fashion waste from US. It is being transported to countries like Africa and other underdeveloped countries. So, what I would suggest from my perspective is like people there can stop consuming the number of fashion products. It can be like 65, I would say. From there to they can think before consumption of the fashion products. So that is the main way they can contribute something towards the society, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you. We'll stay in touch with
Yes,
both of
definitely,
you both
definitely.
speakers for your amazing and valuable time. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Srini. We have here from Deepasai, and yes, would like to know the difference between recycling and upcycling from you, Sir Akash.
Okay, so that's a wonderful question. Thank you so much, madam. Upcycling is a process where we are completely not disturbing the property of the fabric. We are just adding a few additives to it, and we are making it to a right product. So that's why we call it upcycling method. So recycling, as we generally know, we completely turn it into a new different product with a lot of external elements. So that's what we do here. I hope I have cleared your question.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Recycling glass products to be. I'm not sure. I think Ivan can give you the right answer
Yeah.
to the glass, because they are into complete recycling of glass.
Yes, I can quickly help on that part. Yes, recycling glass does not lose its quality because glass by itself is 100% recyclable. So the more we recycle, I think the more we'd be able to utilize it to, a much better usage of glass. So the biggest answer to it, yes, we can recycle 100% of glass, and it does not lose any properties or qualities like how other products like packaging product does. Thanks, Deepa, for the question.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So we have enough time. So yes. Okay. Letter B. So yeah. B is your name. You can open your mic.
I was wondering, what else can I do in America to help with the fashion wastage? There's clothes that I no longer wear, no longer fit me, no longer are, like uh, are age appropriate or whatever it may be, that I don't wear. I was thinking, can I take them to a women's battered shelter? Can I take them to like a Goodwill or Salvation Army, although they would sell it for less. Um, like, what can I do that to make sure these clothes get recycled or upcycled rather
Yes,
than wasted?
correct. It's an interesting question. First thing, the easy thing that you can do is to go contribute to an orphanage. So this is the much easier way to close out all the unused fashion clothes that you have. And the second that you can easily do is you might probably have thrift stores, or you can source out all the thrift store buyers and the traders in your area. You can collect year-long fashion garments, and you can give it to them at a decent price. You can sell it to them also at a decent price from US. There are lots of companies doing this, and then from there it is again marketed to countries like Africa and India. We get a lot of stuffs from Europe and America. They sell it here at very low price, so that can also be done indirectly rather than going through the complete process of recycling and things. You can easily do these two aspects.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Anyone else like to ask? All right. So yeah, while we are generating some, would you like to promote any upcoming events or seminars that your company will be hosting at Kosh, or any uh business seminars or anything you'd like to promote?
Okay. So we are in the verge of building a community around the sustainability space inside Tamil Nadu, and already Madam Deepa is there and Ivan is there. We are doing it. So I wanted to add uh, more people into the sustainable domain, because uh, one person or two-person or just 10 people cannot leave a huge impact to the globe. So it has to be a collaborative effort by everyone else. Everyone should be sustainable in their thinking process or even the implementation process. So it has to be a collaborative effort. So Please do follow us on LinkedIn as well as Instagram. We have a lot of things happening in the community building. You can contribute either directly or by volunteering in different places. You can collect clothes and you can send it to us. We are planning for all those things, and you can see all those updates on our social media handles. So thank you so much again, and thank you so much for the opportunity, Phil and Mr. Srini. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much, Kash. And yes, really, it is an evolving era. Before, some companies are just collecting plastic waste to recycle and make it armchairs or anything supplies
Right.
for other countries and for those areas that needed them. But right now, also fabric is being upcycled
Right.
into different forms. So that's really fantastic. And
Yes.
for those who will be watching this recorded session later, uh, do share it as well as this informations that we have right now from two speakers that we have about sustainability is really helpful. And if you wish to collaborate with them to extend their works in different parts of the world as well. All right. So
Yes.
their names can be searched on LinkedIn. You can drop them a message as they are very responsive. And yes, definitely you can collaborate with them. So we have completed the Zipinar a little early today, but definitely the information that we have gathered from two speakers are really full packed. All right. So
Yes.
we extend our thanks to you, speakers, Richard and Kash, for delivering such information to us, joining Let Us Talk It, and sharing the initiative of providing free knowledge to
Sure.
everyone. And for those who attended, thank you so much as well. And for those who are watching on YouTube, we thank you for your time as well. So this is Phil. I'm now closing the Zipinar Let Us Talk It today, and we wish you the very best and hoping to see you again next Wednesday as we will have two new topics and two new guest speakers who will also give us valuable insights. So, again, thank you so much and take care as always. Goodbye for
Thank you.
now.
Bye bye.